Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Mr. Nelson here. Hopefully you completed that first assignment, the ed puzzle, and you'll remember that dry mix method to help you understand which variable goes on which axis. So we're going to move on to assignment number 2 now, which we're going to be putting together some puzzles online. So after you're done watching this directions video, you're going to click here to complete, make a copy, and there's going to be 3 levels of puzzles. And just like in real life, how there's the really easy ones that don't take very long, and there's the tough ones that you really got to think on. It's the same way here. So, taking a look at the bottom tabs, we have the Welcome tab, which is the one we're at right now. And it says click the level 1 tab to start. And that is the easiest, and it will progressively get harder as you would imagine. So, I'm going to click on level 1, and it gives me a bunch of jumbled up pieces. And I don't need to click and drag these. I'm going to instead enter values into these boxes here, and it's going to sort out the puzzle pieces and put them in the correct spots for me. So let's go ahead and read through the instructions. It says find the constant of proportionality. Okay, let's start with that. What in the world is the constant of proportionality? Well, basically what it is your constant multiplier. It's your constant rate, your unit rate. It's how you get from your x value to your y value. And we're going to figure that out, how it relates y to x, and then type our answers in the boxes below and press enter. So this first one here, it says some monarch butterflies travel over 3,000 miles each year. Holy smokes, that's like from here to Florida and back. The table gives y, the number of miles a butterfly can travel in x hours. So here it's just simply asking, how do you get from your x to your y? How do we go from 1 to 30? Well, we have to multiply by 30, right? So we just have to go here to our first box and we type in 30. That's our unit rate, 30 miles per 1 hour. And if we multiplied 2 hours by 30, we get 60. If we multiplied 3 hours by 30, we get 90. So that makes sense. And it gives us a few puzzle pieces. This next example here is Jose paying monthly for movie streaming. The table shows the sum amounts Jose will pay over the next 3 months. And again, it seems like it's making it too easy on us. It's telling us right away that in the first month he paid $17. So I know to multiply my x to get to my y, I need to multiply it by 17, right? 1 times 17 gives me 17. So I'm going to go ahead and type in my value here of 17. It's going to give me more puzzle pieces. But now it gets a little bit harder. It doesn't tell me per 1 second in my table. It tells me how many feet per 5 seconds. And this is where we can work backwards. So if we don't know what we need to multiply 5 by to get to 40 or 9.5 by to get to 76, you can take your y value and do what with it? That's right. Divide it by your x value. So your y divided by your x. And that'll give you your constant multiplier or your constant of proportionality, we call it. So I'm going to grab out my pen here. And if I do my y over my x, my feet over my seconds, because I want to figure out feet per second, then I'm going to take 40 and divide it by 5. I travel 40 feet in 5 seconds. Well, that gives me 8 feet per second. So I'm going to go to my third blank here. I'm going to type in 8, enter, gives me puzzle pieces. This is awesome. So let's see if it's going to be that easy if I continue to level 2. So of course, finish this up on your own and then move on to level 2. But notice it now gives us a graph. But please don't freak out, because the cool thing about these graphs is we can just look at these points here, these little dots they give us, and we can make a table. For example, we have our x value here, and that's the weight. So maybe this is in pounds, for example. That'd be cool. And this first point is right above the 2 on my x. So my x is going to be 2 pounds. And then I have my y value for that point, and that's going to be the cost. So that's going to be in dollars. And that point is at 2 for my x and 10 for my y. So it costs $10 for 2 pounds of something. Oh, pecans. See, this is where the context of reading and looking at the title comes into play. So if it costs me $10 for 2 pounds of pecans, right, we can do our y divided by our x to find our common multiplier. To get from 2 to 10, well, we'd have to take $10 divided by 2, and we get 5. All right, so 5 is our constant multiplier, or our cost per pound of pecans, $5 per pound of pecans. Go ahead and type in 5 here. And then we can do the same thing here. But notice, what do we not have? We don't have points. Uh-oh, what are we going to do? Well, we can always make points ourselves, right? So let's take a look here and see where that line intersects some of the grid lines. Let's see, the line cuts through here, the line cuts through here, the line cuts through here. So we can plot some points pretty easily, right? And again, I've got my x-axis, or my x values, and my y-axis with my y values. So I'm going to make another table here, and you can do this on a sheet of paper or on a whiteboard, but I'm going to put my x's and my y's. My x's in this particular case are chocolates. So it looks like I'm selling chocolate bars for a school fundraiser. And this graph, it's showing the amount of money that you could raise for selling different numbers of chocolates. So let's go ahead and look at this first point. It's at 5 chocolates. So I sell 5 chocolate bars. And in turn, I get $15. You guys see how that 5 and the 15, they meet up right here at that point? Well, what do I have to multiply my x by to get to my y? In other words, how much money am I making from selling one chocolate bar? Well, 15 divided by 5, my y divided by my x, is going to give me 3. So I can go ahead and type in 3. And boom, I get some more puzzle pieces. So if there's a point like we see here, you can go ahead and use it and take the value of x as 2 and the value of y as 30. Do 30 divided by 2. Or if there's no points, then you can plot your own point. Like, for example, this would be at 115, right? Because it's between 10 and 20 feet high. So the second level, you're going to be looking at graphs. And then this final level, this third level, is definitely going to be the most difficult. All right? Because now you're going to be given a word problem. So it's going to be about reading carefully and identifying the x and the y. All right? So think about what your independent, dependent variables would be. So if Bob goes for a hike every weekend, in 2 hours, he can walk 6 miles. So right away, I'm thinking, what is my miles per hour? What's my constant of proportionality, my unit rate? So let's see, y miles in x hours. So it's going to be my y divided by my x. That's going to be 6 miles divided by 2 hours. If I can walk 6 miles in 2 hours, how many miles can I walk in 1 hour is what it's asking. Well, 6 divided by 2 gives me 3. So that's 1 mile. I'm sorry, 3 miles in 1 hour. So my constant of proportionality is going to be 3. Meaning I need to multiply my hours by 3 to get to my miles. So type in 3, enter, get some more puzzle pieces. All right. Hopefully that this won't take you too long, but if you really need to read through and think about your x and y and divide to find that constant of proportionality, that's totally okay. I want you to take your time. I want you to get a lot out of this, And most of all, I want you to have fun in the process of learning. All right? Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, I'm going to leave you guys to it. You guys can work with a partner, but please, at the very end, do copy your link. All right, you can copy it up top here by clicking on it, hitting copy, or you can hit the share button, and then you can share with New Glarus School District and copy that link that it gives you. And then you're going to go to your Canvas submission box, and it's going to be a website URL that you're going to be submitting. So you're just going to paste that URL that you just copied, and hopefully I'll be able to view it so I can see your completed work and see your beautiful puzzles all put together. All right. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much.